motherfucking diva.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Alexis Rebecca. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you couldn't tell, we're covering everything influencer related, full-time YouTuber related, sponsorships, management, payment, all that good stuff. Like, you guys ask me so many questions daily, weekly, monthly. I get so many questions about everything, and I just wanted to make a video that sits down and goes into depth about every single topic that we can cover in this session. I've done this before a few times, but as I grow and gain more subscribers and everything, I get more questions. So I want to make like an updated video that I can just refer everyone to if they have any questions about any of the basics. So shout out to you guys for asking and, you know, having questions, because y'all got questions for days. We have topics for days. We have things to talk about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So the number one question I got was like, how do I start? Where do I start? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to edit. I don't have this. I don't have that. So first and foremost, you need to start with picking out what type of content you want to bring to the platform. What content are you going to be passionate about? So for example, I label myself as a lifestyle YouTuber. So I do lifestyle. A lot of different things fall under that category, which is why I chose it, because it's so broad. I don't see me ever running out of content. Like, you can remake content over and over. So that was really smart of me to kind of lean towards the lifestyle. But there's a lot of other niches you can go for. You can do fashion, beauty, natural hair, vegan, plus size. Like, there's so many niches that you can create content for and have like a list of different video ideas before you even start. And that's another question a lot of you guys had, like, was how do I find content for the niche? So for example, when I first started, I would look at other lifestyle YouTubers and see what type of videos they're posting. Obviously, you don't want to copy and paste anyone's entire YouTube page and try to make it yours. You just get ideas, like what type of topics, how are they like interacting with their followers and subscribers, like what have they done. Just look and see like how many years they've been doing this. Like, that's always what I do. So if you're a travel vlogger or you're an aspiring travel vlogger, look up some popular travel vloggers and see how they edit and, you know, what type of videos and stuff like that, just to get some inspiration. Like, you're not gonna pull inspiration out anywhere. Like, you have to have maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 people that you're looking at for inspiration. So now that you have your content and your niche, what equipment? This is another big question. I'm just gonna start linking my cameras in every video in the description box, because people ask, literally, I get asked that question at least 3, 4 times a day. Like, at least. So we're gonna break it down. I have 2, actually 3 cameras. My first camera is my phone. If you have a phone, you have a camera. So I don't wanna hear anyone say, I wanna start my YouTube channel, but I don't have a camera and I can't afford a camera. You have a phone, you turn your phone sideways, and literally, when I say I vlog 50% off my phone, 50% off my camera, that's how you know. Like, you definitely, first starting out, do not need a $600, $700 camera to start vlogging. I definitely use it when I like am uncomfortable vlogging and like carrying like a camera, because definitely like in the mall and stuff, when I'm in the nail shop, when I'm just in places that people are gonna like be like, what is this girl doing? Because I get so many stares, and you will get a lot of questions as well. Anytime I go out to a restaurant or something and I have my camera, people are going to ask questions. And sometimes I just be wanting to be in the moment. Like, I don't want to explain what I do, and like, I don't want to do all that. So if I'm trying to be discreet but still get good content, I use my phone. My vlogging camera is the Sony ZV-1. That's a really good camera. I actually had to upgrade it because my Canon G7X, which I started on, had broke. I think I dropped it and it broke. Like, it still breaks my heart, because that was my baby. That was what I first started my channel with. I think they're both around $700. So like I'm saying, like, if y'all are first starting out, listen, we don't have to drop $700 on a camera, I promise you. Yeah, so you can get the Canon G7X for about $600, $650. And then the Sony ZV-1 is more like $750. So yeah, those are the price points. And then my sit down camera, which is a different one, which is what I'm filming on now, is the Canon EOS 5D Mark IV. It's a little bit more on the expensive side. I definitely would recommend for a person first starting a channel to go buy a $2,500 camera, because it wouldn't be beneficial towards you. Of course, the quality would be bomb, like right off the gate, but I wouldn't recommend anyone going and spending thousands and thousands of dollars on something they don't even know if they are going to stick with or not. And I also use this for my pictures. It takes really, really good pictures. If you guys know me and you watch my vlogs, y'all know I take my own pictures with this camera. I have my little, what's it called? The little clicker, set it up with my flash. Y'all, I have a whole setup. So that's that when it comes to equipment. I'm also gonna link the microphone that I'm using, and I'm also gonna link the ring light that I'm using. I tried to film this video earlier, which is natural light, but it just wasn't clicking. Like, sometimes you'll get in front of the camera and be like, I can't do this right now. So there's a ring light that is shining on me right now, and that's the only source of light I do have other than just light in my apartment. So I'm gonna link everything below for you guys. That is the equipment, that is the boring stuff. Well, the most important, but most asked, but most boring and repetitive to keep answering, but I have to do it. And then editing. Editing, I have a million questions. I'm not even looking right now because I have a million of these first three, like content, editing, and equipment are like the top three. So I'm just gonna answer those first, and then I'm gonna start getting into the actual questions you guys have. So editing, it's not fun. It will never be fun. It'll never get to be something you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go and edit this video. Like, it's just not something that you look forward to, but you absolutely need to become proficient in if you want to grow your channel and put out quality content. So there's two programs that I have used to edit. So one is iMovie. You know, it comes on your iPhone, it comes on your MacBook. If you have an Apple product, it already comes with iMovie. And it is easy to use, and there's so many tutorials on YouTube how to use iMovie. When I started, I was literally YouTubing how to import videos into iMovie. I had no idea how to even do that. Like, I couldn't even get my content into iMovie to edit it. And now look at me 2 years later, and I actually am very proficient. As a beginner, you're gonna have to be okay with being a beginner and learning and teaching yourself and spending hours teaching yourself and spending hours practicing. That's the only way you're gonna get better. Like, truly, there's no way around it. There's no way to sugarcoat it. You are gonna have to edit. It's gonna take you hours. That's why you have to have a passion behind this, because if you're just doing it to make some money, I'm just telling you right now, girl, you are going to wipe your hands of it very quickly. Sorry I keep saying girl. I know there's men that watch my channels too, but I'm always thinking it's like, you know, girls have. But girls and guys. Where was I? So we have iMovie, and then we have Final Cut Pro. I upgraded to Final Cut Pro once I seen my audience growing and I could, you know, invest back in my channel. I think it was about $300, $400. Don't quote me, but it was a few $100s, and it was worth it because it's amazing. It makes your videos look super professional. There's so many plugins. Like, when you really, if you're really like an editing type of person, there's so much you can do with Final Cut. You'll absolutely love it. And there's so many tutorials on that too. That is how I learned how to edit. I went on YouTube and I searched how to edit and I practiced. And I think my first video, my first vlog, my Tokyo vlog probably took me like 3 days to edit. Like, now I would be able to knock that out in not a few hours. It would probably take me a good like 6 to 7 to do like a long travel vlog. So you will progress, you will get better, and then one day maybe I'll outsource. There's a lot of people who ask me like, do I still edit my own videos? Absolutely. My manager has put it in my ear, you know, to outsource just so I can focus strictly on just recording the content, send it to someone else, and then they can take care of that. But I like to be in control of my content right now. Like, I like to film it and then edit exactly how I like. So I don't know, that might come later down the road, but I like to edit my own content. Ain't that crazy? Like, I really do enjoy it. I don't enjoy it, but I just like to be in control of it. Okay, so those were the questions that I get asked all the time. So hopefully that helped you guys, but there's a lot of other questions that we have to get into. I'm struggling being myself on camera, and I feel like it's affecting my content. Any advice? So let me tell you, you are gonna be nervous. Like, I don't know what in our brain makes us nervous to sit in an empty room and talk to a camera. But when I tell you the first year, like anytime it was like a sit down video like this, vlogging is different because it's just literally me just doing my everyday life, so I didn't get nervous. But when it comes down to a sit down video, it would take me hours to film. Like, it would take me, first I would get anxiety all day. If I knew I was filming like after work, I would kind of like be kind of antsy and like weird. And then when I would sit in front of the camera, it would take out. Who's calling me, Bijan?
You got me saying your phone.
Girl, I really gotta call you back though. I'm really filming a video. But I definitely will say it gets better. You just have to get over that first, you know, probably a few months. It's gonna be weird, but now it's like second nature. And you won't be able to get over that feeling until you keep doing it over and over and over. And it's gonna be like second nature. But still, I don't even like to do sit down videos. Like, if my boyfriend's around, I don't like to do sit down videos around anyway. I don't know if that's just me, but if someone can hear me talk, I know my neighbors and stuff can probably hear me, but if someone was like in my apartment right now, I would not be able to film a video like this. I don't want you listening to me. Like, I feel like it's weird. But yeah, I want to grow my channel, but it's so hard. What advice do you have on growing to 1,000 subscribers? So usually when you first start out, 1,000 subscribers is like everyone's goal, because that's what you need to be monetized and start making money from YouTube. So 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. It sounds like a whole lot, like it really does, but the key is just to be consistent. Like, you have to make quality, consistent content that is gonna engage an audience and have them keep coming back to your channel. Like, that's the only way you're gonna do it. That's why I wouldn't even recommend you starting or like posting your first video until you have at least maybe like 4 or 5 lined up, so you can like follow up. Because if you post one video 1 month and then you wait 3 months to post another video and then 3 months to post another video, you are never gonna grow like you want to. Like, you have to be consistent. I see people all the time, the people that post at least like 2-3 times a week are the people that the algorithm absolutely loves. Like, YouTube loves those people who post. It's quality content. You're gonna grow. Another thing is you have to engage your audience. Like, you cannot sit here like a bump on a log and just, you know, not have no personality. And it might work for some people, but the average person, if I click on a video and you not talking about nothing, you not doing it, and you ain't got no personality, I'm clicking right off. So one thing is bring your personality. I know it may be hard at first because, you know, you're a little bit camera shy, but just try your best. Because one thing about it is YouTube is going to recommend your video if people are watching it for a longer period of time. So you can have a video that's 15 minutes long, but I click on the video and you're not doing anything and it's not good, you're gonna click off in 30 seconds. But if YouTube has seen someone has watched that video for 8 minutes, and then another person has watched it for 8 minutes, and then another person and another person, then they'll be like, oh, people are actually engaged on this video. Let's recommend it to another person, another person, another person, another person, another person. And that's how you go viral. It's with interaction. You have to show YouTube that people are interacting with your video. Why do you think the YouTubers are always like, subscribe, leave a comment? We want y'all to engage, because if you don't, YouTube is gonna be like, this video is trash, let's not recommend it to anyone. Your video flops and you have 5 views. YouTube algorithm, whew, that's another thing. Don't let it get you down. Like, one video will go viral, one video will get 10,000 views, you'll get 20,000 here. Like, it's just all over the place. So when you first start out and every single video isn't doing amazing, that's never gonna be the case. Like, every single video is never gonna do amazing, because that's, well, not never gonna do amazing, but some are gonna perform just much more and much better than others. I have a video that has 600,000 views. I posted maybe 2 weeks later and it has like 50,000 views. And that doesn't get me down, because it's just the algorithm. I just know YouTube is feeding this one video to more people, because why? It probably has more engagement. So that's how it works out. Should I upload longer videos in order to get monetized quickly? Yes, I would not recommend, as long as the videos are, you know, longer and, like I said, engaging, because they can be long and boring and no one's gonna watch. but I definitely feel like if you can make a 15 to 20 minute video that is engaging, you'll definitely get monetized quicker than someone who's uploading maybe like a 3 to 4 minute video here and there. It's gonna take them so long to get monetized. Like, it is not gonna be a good process for them. So it doesn't need to be an hour-long video, but let's try to make it maybe longer than like 9 minutes. And show your personality, have quality content, and you'll get monetized in no time. People were asking when, like how long did it take me to get monetized, so I had to like look back literally and see. My first video I posted in March of 2019. But in 2019, I was not really consistent. Like, I would post maybe like once every 2 weeks, you know, like twice a month, because I still had my 9 to 5. That was another question. Yes, I had my 9 to 5, and I was doing YouTube. So it took me from March 2019 was the first day I posted, and then I didn't get monetized until, I have it written down here for you guys, because I don't want to lie to y'all. I didn't get monetized until November 2019, so 8 months. Took me 8 months to get monetized, and that was without me being like extremely consistent. Like, I was posting, like I said, twice a month, 3 times a month here. But if you're on it and you have your content and you're posting like twice a week, you can get monetized like much quicker than I did. Like, I was taking my time with it. Like, of course I was happy when it happened, but I wasn't like, oh, I gotta get monetized, like, or else I would have definitely got that much quicker. And another question was, like I was saying, so I did have a 9 to 5. People are wanting to know like how I juggled having a 9 to 5 and doing YouTube. So let's just put things in perspective. When I started YouTube, I never in a million years thought that I would be quitting my 9 to 5 and doing YouTube full time as quickly as I did. Like, it wasn't even a thought in my mind when I first started. Even when I got monetized, I was like, okay, this is just gonna be like a little side hustle. Like, I never thought it would be full time. So I feel like having like a stable 9 to 5 really helped me create like actual quality content, because it was really just like something fun and like a little passion of mine. Like, it wasn't something I was doing to get monetized, to quit my job, those whys weren't my whys. Like, my whys were literally like, I like uploading, people seem to be really enjoying my content, I'm still gonna go to work during the day, but when I come home, I'm gonna film a video and edit it and be up until 2 a.m. because I really like it. Like, other than that, there would be no way I would be doing it. Like, I'm going to sleep. Like, I like my sleep, y'all know me, but it was just a sacrifice I was making, and that's how you know you really like something. When you come home and you do it, and you sacrifice sleep, and you sacrifice sleep, that's the only thing. So let me just break down the timeline, because y'all want to know like exactly what happened. So I got monetized in November 2019, correct? I didn't become like really into YouTube until 2020, last year. So my first check, so I got monetized in November. My first check wasn't until January of 2020. So that was 2 months later. I can't believe that was so hard for me. 2 months later, I got my first check from YouTube. Girl, how much was your check from YouTube? How much was your check from YouTube? It was a whopping $188. Like, that's what I'm saying, you guys. When you first start off, it is, y'all better not do it for the money. Like, you have to do it because you like it. And I cannot beat that into y'all, and I cannot repeat that enough, because if you do not really like filming and content creation, this is just not for you. This is just not, it's not for you. When November came around and I was finally monetized, I made $5.33. That was for the month. And then December came around and I made $51.85. You have to hit $100 before YouTube pays you out. So you can make $99.99 that month and YouTube will not pay you out, because you need to make at least $100 for it to be us worth cutting a check. That's what they say. So yeah, January I made $188.57. February I made $429.73. March I made $789.80. But that's all I needed. You don't know how happy I would get each month to see that number go up. Like, that's all I cared about. I didn't care that it was $400. I cared that the month prior I made 188, and this month I made 400. The next month I made 700, and that just keep like doubling and tripling. And I was just like amazed. I was like, this is crazy. Like, I remember going downstairs to my parents and being like, guess how much I made off YouTube this month, and they would be so excited for me. They were like, look, you really doing a thing, because the older generation really does not understand like YouTube and all. They have the most questions, and they can't wrap their mind around it. I wonder, truly, my parents never really doubted me, but when I said, hey, I'm gonna quit my job and move to Atlanta and just do YouTube, like, I really wonder, Mom, if you're watching this, Dad, if you're watching, like, what were y'all really thinking? Because they never doubted me. Like, they were just like, okay. And that's why I wasn't scared. Like, another question is, like, were you scared to quit your 9 to 5? I wasn't. Like, and I probably should have been fearful, because like, what if this hadn't worked out? What if I would have moved down here and had like no money and was making no money, but God made it so that I did, and I was able to be successful. So yeah, that was the question. When did you realize that you could quit your 9 to 5? I realized that when I was bringing in more money from my YouTube than from my job. And I was just over it. Like, I was ready to move to Atlanta. I was like, you know what? I'm making the same, if not more. Let me go ahead, make this move. I'll be good. Like, and throughout those months that I was making that little bit of money, like in the beginning of the year, I was just putting that away. Like, and I still had my job. I was making good money at my job. Like, I wasn't making like $10 an hour. Like, I graduated and I was making $27 an hour. Like, that's a pretty good entry base level. Obviously, it's not the physical therapy salary that I had wanted, but I didn't want to go back to college, so I wasn't paying any rent. I didn't have any real crazy bills, so I was able to live comfortably off of my little YouTube money, and then I had my job money as well. So that was a really big help. That's why I say, you know, make sure you're really secure in your YouTube earnings before you go ahead and quit your job. Make sure you're making as much, and actually a little bit more. Give yourself some cushion, and then I would say have some money saved up before you quit your job. Like, I know there's a lot of people who do it on a limb. Like, I kind of just did it, but I was still like comfortable, and I had like something to fall back on, if that makes sense. So sponsorships are next. How did you start getting sponsorships? Did they come to you, or were you initiating them? They weren't coming to me. Sponsors, when I first started, they didn't know who I was. No one was knocking down my DMs and email to get close to me. They didn't care. Like, you have to put yourself out there at first. That's what I had to do. So I actually have an example of what I would say to brands, because like I said, I used to do this all myself. This before I had a manager and she pitched for me. Now I was doing it myself. Okay, so for example, I would go on a cute little Instagram boutique that I found, and I would find their email, and I would email them something along the lines of this. Hello, I came across your online boutique and I fell in love with your clothes. So cute. I was wondering if you'd be interested in a collaboration. I have almost 20K followers on Instagram, and my posts reach somewhere between 8 to 10K people. I also have a YouTube channel and plan on doing a fall looks clothing haul where I could feature some of your clothes as well. They emailed back and they said, sure, thank you for reaching out, and they ended up sending me some clothing. So that's just one way I would go about it. I would just copy and paste that same message to like 10 boutiques, and some people would ignore me, some people would say no. Like, I have the same message I sent to someone and they said, thank you for your message. Unfortunately, we have already signed our budget for bloggers for this month. So you'll get a lot of no's. You'll get just completely ignored sometimes, and then sometimes you'll get a few people who say, yes, we'll send you some stuff. Now, at the beginning, is everything gonna be paid? No, but that's really fine, because my look at it was, I'm gonna be doing the content anyway, but I'd rather have some free product instead of having to buy the product and then show. Like, as long as I have some free product to do the content, then hopefully they'll come back in the next few months, or like other brands will see me and reach out. Sometimes it's just for the exposure, especially when you're first starting out. Now, would I do work for like free? Not really. Like, if you're a bigger brand, no, because I know you have a budget, I know you have money. But if it's like a smaller brand that reaches out and they want to like work with me, I'm like, you know what, I'm not even gonna charge you. That's fine. Like, because I have love for my smaller businesses, hair, clothes, stuff like that. But if you're a big business and you reach out and you're not trying to pay me, I look at y'all real sideways. stylies, like real stylies. But you shouldn't have that mentality at the beginning because you're just trying to get content together. Free product is not always a bad thing. It'll attract other brands when you're like organically just like showing a product, if you get what I'm saying. Like if you have a clothing haul and it's not sponsored, it's organic and it does well, then guess what? You might have some clothing companies reaching out to you. The main source of communication is going to be your emails, so make sure you have your email in your description box of every single video. I don't care if you have 100 subscribers, I don't care if you have 2,000, 5,000, always have your email. Okay, so another question was, how did you put together your media kit? One thing about media kits, I don't even know if my manager even uses a media kit on me. I maybe had like one brand ask for my media kit, and they were just like, if you have a media kit, just attach it. Like, I don't even know if that's really a thing. Like, but I'm gonna show you guys the media kit I had someone make for me, and it's only a 2-page media kit, just to give you guys like an example. Oh, look at this. This is back when I had 14.5 YouTube subscribers, 27K Instagram followers. I don't remember exactly what date this is from. I wish I had the date, but it had to be 2020 sometime. It has your engagement, your views, your reach, your YouTube impressions on here. I had my rates were way too low. $300 for a sponsored Instagram, $300 for a dedicated video. I had 14K subscribers. I don't know, that's why I had to get a manager. She had to get me right, okay? But yeah, for media kits, like the thing about this was I had it and I maybe sent it to like 2 brands, and then 2 weeks later, like all the stuff on here had changed. Like my subscribers went up, my followers went up, my engagement went up. So it's just like something you're gonna have to keep up with, which was annoying because I had someone make it for me and I didn't really know how to go back and change the data. So I was like, you know what, forget it. Anytime a brand usually wants to work with you, they will ask for your analytics, but you can get that straight from Instagram or YouTube. So media kits are cute and all, but brands usually don't ask for them. Like, I don't know if they really care about them that much. It's professional to have, but you know. And people were also asking me like, how do I go about the rate for my sponsorships, my sponsored posts? Thank God for my manager, because like I said, I was completely lowballing myself. I knew when I started giving the number to brands and they were like, okay, yes, that's perfect. Like this will work for us. Anytime you give a brand a number, usually, and it's like a good number that you're actually worth, they'll counter back with a lower number. And you can either accept that lower number or stand firm in the number that you have and say, okay, a brand reaches out and they're like, hey, what's your rate? And I'm like, my rate's 7K. And then they're like, we can't really do 7K, we have 5K for you. And then you try to like counter back and be like, okay, 6K. They can either settle there, they can either say no, you can either accept it, but there should be a little bit of bartering. If they're just accepting the price right off the bat, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, you need to up your prices for sure. That's what I knew. I was like, ooh, all these brands just accepting my little $300. Okay, wait, let me up my price. So thank God for my manager. I was looking back at my email again, because for this video, I wanted to give as much information as I could. So you guys can see the growth and see where you start is not gonna be where you end up. Like just give it a year, 2 years, 3 years, but I'm telling you it's gonna be worth it. I did my first YouTube sponsorship. It was a hair sponsorship with Xena Hair Extensions back in February of 2020. It was for $100. That was my first sponsorship. I was super excited because once again, I just wanted the free hair. I was getting a free wig. Like, girl, I'm getting a free wig. I don't care. Like, and you're gonna pay me $100. I thought that was awesome. Like, I was super excited. And I might have had, at that point, like 7K, 5 to 7K. Like, I know it wasn't a whole bunch. Like, so. And then this year, 2021, I have a manager and she got me my first 5-figure deal. Like, just in a year and a half's time, I went from $100 to a 5-figure deal. One deal, 5-figure. Like, that's amazing. Like, just to see your growth. I hope that inspires some of y'all. I say this very humbly, but I just want you to know there will be growth. Like, it'll start off a little slow, but that's what motivated me, like seeing the growth. So I feel like that's the mentality you should have going into it. Like, just do it as a passion. Not really think about the money right away. It will come, but you have to be passionate, put out good content, quality, and it will flow, honey, it will flow. I want to go back to growth for a minute because someone asked about tags. I can't find in here, but I know people were asking like, what tags do you use to get your videos like high on the search bar? It's not high on the search bar, but high in the search inquiry. I'll just give you guys an example. So for example, I posted a clean with me. Lifestyle is amazing. Being a lifestyle vlogger, you can post literally the funniest, craziest stuff and people will watch. Like, I never in a million years thought I was gonna make a video about me cleaning and it would be over 100,000 views. Like, I just didn't think that was a thing, but I love that for us. So I have at least 50 tags here. Like, no lie, I have so many tags. Do not skip them. I have clean with me, whole house clean with me 2020, extreme clean with me 2021, ultimate clean with me, all day clean, deep clean with me, relaxing clean with me, extreme clean with me, speed clean, cleaning motivation 2020. You guys get the picture. Like, I'm not gonna, sorry, that was annoying. But just to let you guys know how important tags are. If you don't have any tags in your video, when someone goes in the search box and types extreme clean with me 2020, even though that's not the name of the video, it's still gonna connect that viewer to hopefully my video because I have that tag in there. So if you're just posting videos all the time and not posting any tags, like if it's a girl chat, tag girl chat 2020, girl chat this, girl chat that, put it in the title. Like, that's how YouTube kind of filters what videos they show people. So basically, I was using something called vidIQ for a long time that kind of helped me get the swing of things, and then I canceled it because it was $50 a month and I was just over it. So basically, but I would definitely recommend for someone starting out investing in this. I think there's like a $50 option and like a $20 option, then there's a free option. So basically, it'll do things like this. Like, you'll press a button and it'll add all those tags for you. It'll let you know when viewers are viewing your channel. So for example, it'll be like, people are watching your videos between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. So this is a good time to upload. That's another thing, like when to upload, when people are on YouTube and they're searching and it's after work or if it's before work, like what time are people watching your channel? It'll give you examples of other videos like yours from other YouTubers that are doing well. You can see what they tag. Maybe you can use the same tags as them. Like, it's a really good tool. Like I said, I just got used to it and I kind of got the gist of it and I didn't have to pay for it anymore. But it's something that if you're really trying to grow your channel, you might want to invest in. vidIQ, I'm gonna link that below for you guys. Watch some tutorials. This is not sponsored or anything, but it was definitely helpful for me. And I might pick up the subscription again. I'm just over it, but it's definitely helpful. So I never answered, I told you guys I have management, but would you recommend having management? Like I said, at first I was just pitching myself, but I wasn't really, I was lowballing myself. I really didn't know what was going on. People were asking for invoices and things, and I'm just like, I don't know about none of this. So I decided to go ahead and get a manager. I didn't get a manager until I was over 100,000 subscribers. I've seen people that have 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers and still get management, and I feel like that's definitely a good way to go. Sorry guys, I had to take a brief intermission. My camera was dying and the memory card was full. That's another thing, like make sure you have at least 2-3 batteries, 2-3 memory cards. If you're in the middle of shooting a video and your battery dies and you don't have an extra one, you're gonna lose all momentum charging the battery for the next 2 hours. You're probably gonna scrap the whole video. So anyway, let's go back. I was talking about management. I think it definitely is beneficial, especially when brands start reaching out to you. It becomes too much to handle. They start asking for things that you have no idea what they're asking for. Like I said, they were asking for like invoices and supplier chain agreements and bank account information. I was just like, you know what? I was at that point, I was tired of answering emails. I was missing out on opportunities because I just didn't know where to start with my emails. So that's when I started reaching out and looking for managers. Marion, amazing. She helped me understand my worth, okay? Because I was out here charging $100 for a post. And she helped me grow my business to 6 figures. Like, now I'm gonna definitely be on track to make 6 figures this year. When last year, I actually made good money last year with YouTube and my job, because I did have a 9 to 5 up until July. With that money and my YouTube money, it was good too, but this year is strictly just YouTube and sponsorships, and I'm very proud of myself. And Marion, I love you, girl. Be watching, I love you. Yes, you do pay your managers, they get a cut of everything that you earn, but it's worth it because they're doing all the dirty work, things I don't even want to think about doing, so it's definitely worth it. People are asking me how I budget as a YouTuber, which is important because like, things can fluctuate when it comes to YouTube, and like I was mentioning earlier, the algorithm, and if you're just in a funk that month and you don't post that much, you can see a, what is that? What is this? You can see, come on girl, come on, I know it's late, but you can see a change in the way you are paid each month from YouTube, just depending on how much people engage with your content, how much you post, how much you don't post, how much the algorithm likes you. 1 month can be really good. You can make $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. 1 month, 4, 5. You know, it's just dependent on how much you post and how much YouTube likes you for that month. So I never really depend on YouTube money. It's always there, thank God. So it's very humbling. It's always there to pay all my bills. But what I really focus on is the sponsorship money, because that's gonna be money that is set price. It's gonna be there. You're gonna know what you get. And let's say 1 month you don't do so good on YouTube, you can have 5, 6, 7, 8 sponsors that month, make 15, 20K. So that's what makes it easier for me to budget. I don't really focus on the YouTube money, and I just focus on what exactly I'm gonna get in sponsorship money that month, and then I budget that, pay all my bills, and then the rest is just savings or trips or whatever I wanna do. So how do you do taxes as a YouTuber? I've heard people have problems with buying apartments and buying cars. So tax time, when tax time rolled around last year, Google sent me I wanna say it was a 1099. Please don't have me on here lying. But they sent you a tax form of everything that you made. I just have to make sure I'm still recording. Everything that you made on YouTube that year, because when they do pay you each month, they don't take out any taxes. So what a lot of YouTubers do is just tax themselves. Like they'll have a separate bank account, and when they get their YouTube payment, they'll take like 7 to 10% of that and put it away for taxes at the end of the year, when they have to pay back thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in taxes. So, and you also have to claim all of your sponsorship money. So every brand that I worked with in 2020, if they paid me over $600, they had to send me a W-2. So they send me a W-2, and then I have to file that as well. You have to claim everything. But one thing about being a YouTuber that is good, because you have a lot of tax write-offs because it is business. So for example, I write off every single thing that I possibly can. Like for example, I was able to write off my rent last year because I work from home. You can write off your cable bill, your Wi-Fi. Anytime I go out to eat, and I'm recording or vlogging, I write that off. Anytime I buy a plane ticket to go on a vacation that I'm vlogging, I write that off. An Airbnb, anything like that, anything that I put on my channel or I use to benefit my channel, I write off. Like, and I have to, or else I'm gonna, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have literally thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars I have to pay back because I don't have any kids. I don't have any write-offs. If you're a YouTuber, it doesn't matter if you're a small YouTuber, if you're buying camera equipment, if you're buying makeup from Sephora because you wanna do a get ready with me and you wanna show some new products, you can write all of that stuff off. Like I have to put you guys on because that's very important come tax time. When you have a 6-figure salary and nothing to write off, it's cool, you're just gonna have to pay all those taxes. But I would hate for anyone to get burned because they haven't been, you know, keeping receipts and I keep all of that. So that's how you do taxes as a YouTuber. It wasn't really hard, but I definitely did miss getting a refund. Like, you know, when I used to look forward to doing taxes to get my refund, now it's like, nah, I don't wanna do taxes. I'll wait until the end of tax time because I'm definitely owe y'all some money. And that question also asked about buying a car. I'm not really sure because I haven't bought a car yet, just off my YouTube earnings. So I do plan on doing that in the next few months here. So I'll keep you guys updated if y'all are really interested. It's probably the same process as getting an apartment. I was able to get an apartment, so I don't see why it would be an issue to go ahead and get a car. So that's that on that. Anyway, is there any more questions? How long is this video? Is it long? Hopefully it's long for y'all. I want to answer as many as I can. So we covered equipment, management, sponsorships, monetization. Okay, so I think we have enough for this video for now. I might make a part 2 if you guys absolutely want it and you need it, but I just wanted to put this information here for you guys. Anyone who is thinking about starting a YouTube channel but doesn't know where to start, or is like wanting to have the top of the line before you start, or you're psyching yourself out, I promise, just do it. Like just do it. Like, you have to start somewhere. Get a list of video ideas and start recording. Like, just do it. You're gonna psych yourself out. It's gonna be 3 years later. You'll be like, dang, I wish I should have started my YouTube 3 years ago. Out of it, blah, blah, blah. Like, listen, you're your own worst critic. Like, I promise you, everything will go fine. You'll start growing. If you're not growing as fast as you want to, stay patient. And one day your channel will absolutely blow up. Like, I love it. I wish that upon everyone. So at this point, I'm completely delirious. Make sure what I teach y'all, like, comment, subscribe. It's the least you could do for me. I'm truly humbled to be in this position, and I couldn't have done it without you guys, without God. I'm so thankful every single day I sit in front of the camera and I'm editing. I'm just like, you know what, this is something I truly like to do, so I don't care. Of course there's ups and downs, of course there's gonna be negative people that you have to deal with and negative comments and stuff like that, but in the end of the day, none of it makes it not worth it, because I'm truly doing something that I enjoy, and I couldn't have asked for a better full-time job than what I'm doing right now. So hopefully you can get some information from this video, get some motivation if you need it, start your channel, start posting content again if you stopped. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys on my next one. Make sure you're subscribed. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel.